The Duchess of Sussex, 41, was joined by Sex and the City author Candace Bushnell and Brands actor and activist Michaela J. Rodriguez in the newly released episode. During the episode, Meghan spoke of her years spent at Immaculate Heart High School. Recalling her younger days, Meghan discussed her own personal struggle of learning to be whilst navigating her way through her teenage years. In the episode, after revisiting her old school, the Duchess said, "Back then the campus did seem a lot bigger, but then, so did everything in life. Just think about it, middle school and high school, this is a really big time for anyone in their life. You're so young, you're so impressionable, and you also think you know everything when you're a teenager." Meghan added, "But for young women especially, this is the time period in which you, sort of, start to look around at the culture, the society, the messages you are receiving, and you ask yourself constantly, how am I supposed to be?" Prince Andrew and Harry will not stand in for King even if he is too ill to perform duties. At least that was very much my experience of adolescence. The 41-year-old continued, "Maybe things have changed." Meghan has released 11 episodes of Archetypes so far. In each episode, Meghan is joined by a guest, or guests, to explore and subvert the labels that try to hold women back. Meghan Markle rages at SLT shaming of sexual women in attack on double standards. In this week's episode, the Duchess of Sussex spoke to former students at her LA-based high school. Meghan spoke to the graduate students about how times have changed and whether the same societal pressure, that she experienced as a teenager, still remains. Meghan claimed that she was happy to be back as she visited the school. The Duchess studied at the school between the ages of 12 and 17, calling them really formative years in your life. She also noted some of the labels she encountered growing up, and which she has since explored in the podcast, still plague young girls to this day. Asked about the names they and their peers were called whilst growing up, the students highlighted the terms bossy and BH, which the royal discussed in previous episodes of the podcast. Meghan however noted a stark difference in experience between her generation and that of Immaculate Heart's recent alumni when discussing the term bimbo. When she questioned the modern use of the word among younger teens, the Duchess was shocked to learn it was hardly used, with one of the girls she spoke to noting she had only heard it used on TikTok. Read next. Prince Andrew and Harry will not stand in for King even if he is too ill to perform duties. Meghan called out for ability to cry from left eye after royal said she does it well. King to deliver on pledge to hand Edward new title as royal expert rejects U-turn claim. Meghan and Harry getting too big for ambitions as guests to pay $1 million to sit next to them. Meghan and Harry aware they'll be slaughtered for upcoming docuseries, expert claims.